Hey guys, it's your boy Sushi, and before we get into this video, I just want to thank everybody for the continuous support. You guys are absolutely amazing. You guys really make making content and streaming every single day really worth it. Like no joke, guys. So we have a new goal set for the end of March, okay? And it's gonna be a little bit far away. It's kind of tough, but the goal is going to be 2,500 subs by the end of March. I'll be giving away one monthly pass for the end of March if we don't hit that goal. But I think if we can hit that goal, I'm gonna give away three monthly passes by the end of March. Okay, guys. So that's it for this quick intro, and let's hop into the video. Hey guys, it's your boy Sushi here with another Etheria restart video. So for this video, we're going to be taking a look at the newest like turn 2 combo. Okay, we're going to be looking at Valerian and Mia. Okay guys, if you guys have talked to any of the top players, I think all of them are saying, yo, Mia is so broken. So we'll just jump right into it. So we got Havendale here. Bro changed his name to Archang Envoy. I don't know what that means. But look, okay, guys, like Mia is absolutely broken. We're gonna go into her kit first, and then we're gonna talk about the combo with Valerian, and then we're gonna watch the replays, okay? Absolutely broken. He says a wild Mia just put on bulwark and you can fight Santic and the vet spammers. She's max in brawl, just testing before building. Yes, exactly. Right. So even I personally want to build Mia, but I don't have the lattices. Like I used to use Mia quite a lot when I was playing CC. But I don't have the speed for her. I don't have the leftover gear. I was just trying to force her in Brawl just for content, but I didn't get any content. So we're just gonna be using envoys here. So let's look at Mia. Right. So in Brawl, right, she's P5555. But this is his current build for her. He really only need Bulwark on her, so you can see he kind of forces Bulwark here on HP, effect accuracy, HP, right? So let's check out her kit really quick. So her S1 is just a normal single target attack, but she gives some shield based off her max HP to the lowest ally. And then this new passive, or I think it got buffed, right? She had this passive before, but this new passive, for every actually let's read her when she's max. Let me just go to the archive really quick to see when she's max because she's not max there because it doesn't show the max stats like from Brawl, right? So her S1, it gives a damage reduction buff. So 10% damage reduction up to 5 times for every buff, right? So if you're running Valerian, especially, right? Valerian gives you, I think, 3 buffs at a time when you take your turn. And that lasts, I think, 2 turns. So for 2 turns after that character goes, you get those buffs, right? But then you can also run other characters that give buffs as well. So any buff, okay? If you have at least 5, you literally take no damage, especially with Valerian up as well. So absolutely broken. And then now her S2 is what I mainly used her for before. So she is the only character in the game that strips and pushes back AoE, right? Like Tyrande does it with her S2, but that's single target. But this is a AoE dispel, so strips the bulwark and buffs and stuff like that, and pushes back turn meter, which is absolutely massive. And if you get lucky, um, if you get lucky, like either the enemy doesn't have bulwark or they don't resist at all, you push them back 30%. Okay, every single character. It's a bit of luck in this game, you guys already know. It's just a fancy slot machine sometimes, or most of the time. But yeah, very, very nice here. And her S3 is actually pretty crazy too. Okay, so her S3 actually counters Santic and Kethos and stuff like that. Why? Because she heals. So first off, she heals a little bit, which is nice. Not a gigantic heal, but good, like substantial, right? Like a decent amount. Reduces all allies animus and skill and shell skill cooldowns by 1 turn. So if you get Santic, if Santic goes before you and your Mia is on bulwark and she doesn't have this skill cooldown, if Santic goes and he's cooldown increases all your characters and you have Mia go before those characters, she can cleanse all that stuff off for you and then you can still do your thing, you know. And then she also extends the duration of all their buffs by 1 turn and shorten the duration of all debuffs except for control debuffs by 2 turns. So what this means is extending the buffs, right? That's pretty obvious, right? Kind of like Ling with her S2, I think it is. And then shorten the duration of all debuffs. So she essentially cleanses all debuffs that are 2 turns or less, except for stun, freeze, petrify, like except for the hard CC. Okay, so she kind of cleanses, which is actually really good. Even though it says shortens the duration by 2 turns, very rarely do we have debuffs that last more than 2 turns, right? There might be 1 or 2 in the game, but for the majority, it's only 2 turns. She pretty much cleanses all of that. Okay, and a quick tech here, which I hope Havendale has in one of the replays, is that if you save this S3 long enough, right? If you save it for Valerian's S2, right? Valerian puts invincibility, and then you use this right afterwards, you literally get 2 turn invincibility for all your characters. And for another 2 turns, you're untouchable, pretty much. And you'll see, with Mia and Valerian, with all those buffs, your team literally takes no damage. Your team literally gets healed by the enemy's damage. Okay, so that's the kit. That's the full in-depth review of her kit. So we're just gonna go straight into the replays now. I'm watching these replays for the first time, so I'll be reacting with you guys as well. Okay, so let's see. First game here, right, against Santic, right? So Havendale did mention that Santic gets cooked by this. So very standard. This is a pretty standard turn 2, right? He even picked Aya, so that's definitely turn 2. But this guy decided to leave Kethos in. Let's see this replay. We'll watch at 3x for the first couple of them so we can understand the tech, we can understand the team, and then we'll move on to 5x if the games take too long. Okay, so even Mia got cooldown increased there, I think. Yeah, very unfortunate, right? Very unfortunate. But that's how you play turn 2, right? You can tank. You can tank a couple of turns. I'm actually surprised he still won this game. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so even Valerian got cooldown there because there's too many debuffs. Moon Bunny was not able to tank the cooldown increase. Okay, now look at Kethos go. He also runs Law of Silence Kethos and Law of Silence Xuan Li. Jesus Christ. I might have to ask him for replays for those characters too. Jesus, these are such interesting builds, bro. Havendale always cooks. Damn, Kethos noobs. Yeah, honestly, this team doesn't look like they do anywhere near enough damage. So 1, not enough damage, and 2, like no CC. Right? If you don't do that much damage, if you can CC, like cycle them like infinitely, then you could still win. But no damage from that team. Okay, next game here. It's literally the same draft, right? Literally the same draft. Against Santic and Nevet. Let's see how Mia does against Santic and Nevet. Okay, he pushes the Mia back. Oh, wow. He is terrified of Mia, bro. You saw that he uses Sarandot to push her back. Okay, there comes the cooldown increase and stuff. Xuan Li comes out, and now you're even tankier, right? I'm not too sure Sang-hoon can kill him at all, right? No real damage. No real damage. So it's looking to me like maybe Mia is a very good pick against CC without damage. Okay, CC without damage. But if you run CC with damage, this team probably dies real quick. Look at that damage from Xuan Li, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh, he also runs Law and Xuan Li, right? So because he runs Law and Xuan Li, then he doesn't get those follow-up attacks with Doom Crow. Otherwise, Doom Crow would have killed the Nevet. But it works. This Law of Silence build works. And they're just slowly chipping away. Another S3 right there. Aya dies. Finally, Mia can cook. And oh yeah, also you get 3 turns on the Law of Silence. Oh, that's so smart. I didn't even realize that. 3 turns on the Law of Silence. Now, like, without a stripper on this team, how can you hit, without an AoE stripper, right? Without an AoE stripper, how are you gonna hit Xuan Li? You don't. And then now Mia and Valerian just tank, right? Mia and Valerian just tank, and then you just slowly whittle the enemy down with Xuan Li's follow-up attacks. Genius. Genius. Now I see why he runs Law. I see exactly why he runs Law on Xuan Li. Very nice cook here from Havendale. Oh, and then her S3, right? S3 on Mia also helps Xuan Li cycle through her S3s faster. So she gets her S3 faster because Mia cools down the skill by 1 turn. And then you essentially, once you get that setup, right? If the enemy can't kill you in the first turn or two, then you get this setup is essentially what I'm getting from these replays. Once you set up like that, you have Xuan Li in Law of Silence, you have her S3 up, you have Mia making her Law of Silence last a little bit longer, then you just win. Unless the enemy has like some extra damage or some sustain to deal with all that damage, there's really nothing you can do. So now this one's without Xuan Li, right? But this is a Mia and Valerian showcase, this combo. Let's see. We'll just go on 5x because I kind of understand what's going on now. Right? So you let them go first, right? You let them go first, not a big deal. So you have some cooldowns here. Let me see the cooldowns. We only cool down on Fia. So he doesn't need to S3 here. There's no need to S3 with Mia there. He didn't even S2 with Mia. Right? He didn't want the pushback because he has Valerian, and Valerian allows him to tank for about 3 turns. 2 or 3 Valerian turns, okay guys? 3 turns. Valerian turns, not your unit's turn, because Valerian is slow. Look, so no damage. Literally because of the Mia buffs, if you saw, he tried to kill the Aya ended up with more shield than she started with. Why? Because Mia's damage reduction buff. He literally did nothing to his Aya. He did nothing, bro. Holy. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That Mia buff is insane. Next game here against one of my viewers as well, Rain. Holy. I don't think he was expecting this Mia, bro. This Mia cooks these two, bro. If you sustain, if you Val Mia and sustain, you just don't lose. I don't think you can take any damage at all. So Rain even has Xuan Li. So Xuan Li has decent damage. So let's see how much damage he actually takes here. It's looking kind of dire right now, but you have Fiamelia to top off as well, right? Top off the heals and stuff. Never mind. Mia's just dead. But the good thing about Mia just then was that Mia was able to, I don't know, like just sustain long enough. And then once Fia gets a turn, it's GG's. Yo, Fia is so broken, guys. Holy crap, she's so broken. She does so much damage. She cuts, she cleanses, she heals. Insane. But you guys can see, right? Pretty much similar drafts every single time, right? Mixing up the 1 and 2s a little bit depending on what the enemy picks, but always picking the same draft. And the good thing about, I think, Havendale's draft is that his 4-5 are also pretty uncontested for the most part, right? Aya doesn't show up that much anymore, and not that many people know how good Mia is just yet. So no one's picking Mia. Okay, Valerian absolutely bricks Raymary for the first couple of turns. And then this is a slow chip away with Lowen. Right, okay, so the strat, right, I'm understanding the strat a bit more. You just go full sustain on 3, 4, and 5. Your 1 and 2 should be good damage dealers. We're talking about the LDs. We're talking about Lowen. Fia, Xuan Li, or Kethos. He's kinetic, right? You get one of those, and then they're unkillable. They're literally unkillable. So for 1 and 2, it looks like you pick one of those guys, or 2 of those guys, and then 3, 4, and 5, it's got to be Valerian, Aya, and then Mia. And then you just sustain pretty much the whole time, and then you slowly chip them away because they can't get through that defense you have, and then you just win. Pretty much. We got 2 more replays right here for you guys. We have a mass. Oh, I'm hoping the mass does some damage. Let's see. Does Messiah do any damage against this comp? I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll watch this on 3x. Let's see. I don't think Messiah is doing anything to this comp, guys. Okay, let's see. All right. Let's see. Ooh, he did quite a lot to Lowen, actually. He did quite a lot to Lowen. But more or less, really no danger of dying. Maybe if Messiah had like attack buff, Lowen might have procced the Valerian S3. But now, how do he kill him? How does he kill him? You can't. Look, he has 5 buffs on every team. You don't have a stripper on your team. Messiah did nothing. He did a teeny bit to Valerian. I don't know if this Messiah is like P5 and stuff like that, right? But my Messiah is only P2, I think, and one shot. Get absolutely one-shotted by Xuan Li. Jesus Christ, bro. I don't know why he's trying, because Valerian's still up, right? You guys know Valerian absolutely cooks Ray's damage for the first couple of turns, for sure. Last game here against, I guess, a CC pivot? A CC pivot, so I'm guessing he went Tiamat, maybe to tank some damage. And maybe, yeah, right? I don't think he can kill the Tiamat right away. But then we have Lilium here, who could essentially just lock Tiamat. Let's see. Hey, S3. Wow, Tiamat resisted, bro. That's unfortunate, bro. That's very unfortunate. And he left Kethos in as well, bro. You don't leave Kethos in. You don't leave Kethos in. Honestly, the games that I have left Kethos in, I've only won like maybe 5% of those games that I let Kethos in. By some miracle. By some miracle, I would beat those Kethos teams. But usually, you don't want to leave him in. Don't leave him in at all, bro. Like, come on. All right, but that's all for this video. Thank you to Havendale right here for showing this, for showing these replays, because I could not get any good replays with Mia Val when I tried. But she is absolutely broken. Okay, don't sleep. Don't sleep on her. Okay, a lot of top players have told me that Mia is absolutely insane at the top level, and that the lower elos have not learned that yet. They have not realized that yet, and have not respected that yet. So if you have Mia built, even just half built, you might be able to cook with her in RTA as a surprise factor to for your enemies, and then you just win, and you just push mythic and you hit mythic. Yeah, guys. Yeah, that sounds really good. All right, that's it for this video, guys. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, you enjoyed it, I made you laugh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. That's also how you enter the monthly pass giveaway and all that stuff you guys already know. I stream every single night, guys, okay? If I don't see you on stream, then I'll just see you in the next video. Bye!